Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are absolutely not just going over another generic list of healthy habits. We're actually going on a journey into the hidden biological networks that silently dictate your daily health, your rate of aging, and ultimately, your longevity. We're about to uncover this deeply interconnected machinery running right beneath the surface of your consciousness every single second of the day. Let's dive right in.
So, I want you to think about this. What invisible biological forces are shaping the quality of your life every single day? So often we just get completely overwhelmed by superficial health advice. But today, we're going much deeper. We're going to expose a hidden operating system where your biology, your behavior, your emotions, and how you age are all physically wired together. And honestly, our journey starts with a pretty shocking paradox. 50%. Let that sink in for a second. Back in a landmark 2002 study by Dr. E. Van Couter, researchers uncovered something kind of terrifying. They found that merely depriving your body of sleep restricts your antibody response to the influenza vaccine by an astonishing 50%. And this happens after just a few days of restricted rest. But how can simply keeping your eyes open literally dilute your immune system's ability to fight a virus?
Well, the researchers found that insufficient sleep, and they defined that as getting under 6 hours a night surrounding vaccination, absolutely cripples your body's defense mechanisms. It turns out your immune protection isn't just, randomly floating through your bloodstream. It is fundamentally governed by a strict circadian clock. Your immune cells literally care what time it is.
Now, as concerning as that sounds, it's actually incredibly empowering. Like Dr. Van Couter notes, insufficient sleep is a behavioral factor that can be corrected, right? Unlike your chronological age or your genetics, sleep is a fully modifiable behavior. By simply changing how you rest, you can radically alter and strengthen your biological armor.
When you measure the actual antibody levels, it brilliantly illustrates the blunt force impact of sleep duration. Just 10 days post-vaccination, folks getting normal sleep have more than double the immune response compared to the sleep-restricted group. This is the crucial clue we need, right here. It tells us our defense system is linked to something much deeper. And to understand exactly how that works, we really have to look inside the molecules of your cells.
Section 1. Your circadian armor. Deep inside your biology is a master conductor called BMAL1. This is a core circadian clock gene. It basically sits inside your cells, acting as a biological metronome, regulating exactly when and how your immune cells prepare for battle. It dictates your body's rhythm at a microscopic, transcriptional level.
Okay, so here's how this elegant little biological cascade actually unfolds. BMAL1 regulates a molecule called ICAM1. This molecule helps these antigen-presenting dendritic cells stick to your blood vessels and literally enter your lymph nodes. Once they're in there, they activate your T cells, which then go on to orchestrate the production of your long-term antibodies. But if your circadian clock is broken, well, BMAL1 misfires, ICAM1 vanishes, and your immune memory simply fails to build.
This creates such a beautiful rhythmic cycle. During the day, your white blood cells are out patrolling the bloodstream, scanning for threats while you interact with the world. But at night, the whole strategy shifts. Under the cover of sleep, your immune system pulls back into the lymph nodes to process what it found and consolidate that immune memory. Your immunity literally breathes with the sun. But what happens when you actually catch a virus? How does localized inflammation in your body force your entire conscious brain to shut down?
Section 2. The invisible bridge. Let me introduce you to the vagus nerve. It's the longest nerve in your autonomic nervous system. I want you to think of it like a massive, high-speed communication cable running straight from your peripheral organs, like your lungs, your gut, your heart, all the way up into your brain. It translates immune distress in the physical body into a direct neurological command in the mind.
Watch how this precise pathway plays out. When you catch a virus, your peripheral immune cells release these pro-inflammatory cytokines, specifically ones like IL-1 beta and TNF-alpha. These inflammatory signals actually stimulate the vagus nerve. That alarm races up your neck and strikes a very specific region in the brainstem called the nucleus tractus solitarius. Boom. Your brain receives this danger signal and instantly induces heavy, inescapable fatigue. The inflammation in your body is literally hijacking your central nervous system, forcing you to sleep just so you can survive. And it gets even cooler because we see this mirrored perfectly in evolutionary biology. In fruit flies, scientists discovered a gene they called memory. It produces an antimicrobial peptide that directly kills bacterial infections. But incredibly, this exact same weapon also doubles as a sleep-inducing agent. The very molecules your body is using to kill pathogens are the exact same signals forcing you into bed. So once the body finally paralyzes you with sleep, what is it actually doing?
Section 3. The deep sleep machinery.
A recent study out of UC Berkeley mapped the neural activity in the hypothalamus and found this really delicate dance between two signals, somatostatin, which suppresses growth hormone, and GHRH, which releases it. During deep, non-REM sleep, somatostatin drops right as GHRH rises. In this exact pattern, it opens the floodgates for growth hormone to build muscle, burn fat, and repair your tissues. If you disrupt this deep sleep architecture, you're literally disrupting the very hormones responsible for your physical repair.
Section 4. Washing the aging brain.
For decades, we honestly didn't fully understand how the brain cleared out its metabolic trash. Enter the glymphatic system. It turns out while you sleep, your brain physically shrinks. The cells contract, which allows spinal fluid to rush in and literally power wash your brain tissue. It's a nightly macroscopic self-purification cycle.
And what exactly is it washing away? Well, the targets of this fluid rush are the exact dangerous proteins we know are associated with cognitive decline. It flushes out amyloid beta plaques and tau proteins, which are the major hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. It sweeps away inflammatory toxins and metabolic byproducts. Your brain is physically cleaning its own neural pathways. But, and this is key, it can only do this efficiently while you are in deep sleep.
However, this elegant cleansing system is highly fragile. As we age, vascular stiffness reduces the arterial pulse that actually drives this fluid. Crucial water channels, known as AQ4, begin to fail. Even a simple immune cell deficiency, like lacking CCR7, can cause problems. And, everyday modern sleep disturbances, they can halt the wash entirely. When these factors disrupt the cycle, disease-causing proteins silently build up, year after year, fundamentally altering your cognitive future.
Section 5. The grand synthesis.
Let's pull back and look at the whole picture. We've seen how sleep dictates the release of growth hormone for your physical repair. We've seen how the circadian clock regulates your immune cells. We've seen how peripheral inflammation uses the vagus nerve to physically command the brain to shut down. And we've seen how that resulting sleep is absolutely required to physically wash away the very proteins that cause biological aging.
The absolutely crucial realization here is this. Health is not a collection of separate habits. It isn't just trying to eat a bit better or, forcing yourself to go for a run. Health is the emergent result of countless interconnected biological processes occurring every moment of every day. Your sleep influences your hormones influence your immune system influences your nervous system, and your nervous system dictates how your brain ages. It's all one system.
We've just uncovered the hidden operating system running right beneath human experience. Tiny, everyday decisions regarding your light exposure, your stress, and your recovery are literally altering decades of your future outcomes. So, knowing this invisible machinery is running inside you right now, washing your brain, repairing your tissues, and building your immune memory, how will you protect your sleep tonight? Thank you for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.